Have you ever really paused to think about what it takes to be the best, most authentic version of yourself in your relationships? At some point, all of us, whether consciously or unconsciously, ask ourselves questions like this. Deep inside, we all long for a connection that's based on genuine affection, mutual respect, and real understanding. It's a basic human need, the desire to be truly known and loved. But how do we earn the kind of respect and admiration that goes beyond appearances? How do we nurture connections where we are valued, not just for what we appear to be, but for who we genuinely are? Segment 1. Seeing every relationship as a journey. Let's start with the idea of a journey. Imagine for a moment that each relationship you build is like an adventure. And in this adventure, you are the explorer. To make authentic, lasting connections, you need to uncover your hidden strengths and understand your own potential. Think of it this way. Your path to self-understanding is the map guiding you through this adventure. In any journey, there are challenges, unknowns, and the thrill of discovery. The same goes for relationships. To explore and nurture these relationships with purpose, you must first understand yourself and develop a sense of clarity about what you want. Today, I'll walk you through 9 ancient Stoic principles that have been valued for centuries, because they teach us how to foster resilience, wisdom, and inner strength in relationships. These aren't just surface-level tips. They are profound, transformative practices designed to help you create connections based on deep respect, authenticity, and mutual strength. So let's dive into these principles together. You'll find that each one is a step forward in your journey towards self-mastery and meaningful relationships. Segment 2. Recognizing your inherent worth. Let's begin with one of the most important foundations, understanding your own worth. The Stoics taught that the one thing we truly have control over is ourselves, and that control includes our self-worth. Picture yourself as a rare gemstone. Not everyone will recognize the value of a gem. Some might pass by without ever noticing its brilliance. Does that make it any less precious? Of course not. In the same way, your intrinsic worth does not diminish simply because someone else doesn't see it. In a world where our worth is often measured by external markers like likes, followers, and views, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But remember, lasting worth isn't defined by outside validation. It's rooted in your principles, integrity, and respect for yourself. Take a moment to reflect on this. What are your core values? What do you stand for? Recognizing these values is like anchoring yourself in a strong foundation, so your sense of worth isn't swayed by the opinions or approval of others. Once you recognize your intrinsic worth, you start to see that respect begins within. You set the tone for how others treat you by the way you treat yourself. Segment 3. Presenting yourself with dignity. When we talk about dignity, I don't mean shutting yourself off from emotions or appearing cold or aloof like a marble statue. True dignity is about where you place your energy and attention. It's about valuing yourself enough to dedicate your energy to what genuinely matters to you. Have you ever noticed yourself changing to impress someone? Maybe you altered the way you dress, the words you use, or even your interests to fit in. While we all naturally adapt to some degree, dignity is about being comfortable in your own skin, without the need to pretend. It's about showing up as you really are, a person with unique strengths, interests, and quirks. The Stoics teach us that dignity isn't about conforming to others' expectations. It's about standing firmly in our own. When you respect yourself and allow your genuine self to be seen, you send a powerful silent message to the world. I am worthy of respect. And this inner assurance is magnetic. People respond to it, often without even realizing why. Segment 4. Mastering nonverbal boundaries. Setting boundaries without words is one of the most impactful skills you can bring to relationships. Imagine this. If you're always an open book, sharing everything the moment you meet someone, where's the excitement? Where's the mystery? Stoicism reminds us that we don't owe everyone access to our time, energy, or emotions just because they seek it. Respecting your own time and presence teaches others to respect it as well. When you're mindful of your boundaries, you subtly convey to others that your attention and energy are precious. And it's not just about guarding your own energy. It's about creating a space where relationships can grow naturally. When you set nonverbal boundaries, you invite others to get to know you over time, creating a more genuine connection. Segment 5. Having the strength to walk away. One of the Stoic principles that might seem daunting at first is the courage to walk away. They taught that true strength lies not in clinging to things we can't control, but in knowing when to let go. This is especially true when it comes to relationships. If a relationship is no longer contributing to your well-being, leaving it behind can be a brave and necessary choice. It can be difficult to let go of something familiar, but when you walk away from what isn't aligned with your values, you make room for something that is. You allow yourself the space for new experiences, for people who truly appreciate your boundaries and value you as you are. Walking away isn't about closing yourself off. It's about valuing yourself enough to step into what's truly meant for you. You're creating the possibility of relationships that uplift and inspire you, bringing out the best in both you and the other person. Segment 6. Prioritizing actions over words. Words can be persuasive, captivating even, but actions, those are what truly matter. It's easy to be swept away by someone's charming words or promises, but if there's one thing the Stoics emphasize, it's focusing on what people do, not just what they say. So instead of getting dazzled by words alone, observe how someone behaves, especially in tough situations. Do they keep their promises? Are they reliable when it counts? Stoicism teaches us to look beyond the superficial charm and focus on a person's actions. This shift in perspective helps you build relationships that are based on reality, not idealized illusions. By grounding yourself in reality, you not only avoid potential disappointments, but also build stronger connections, trusting in actions over words. Segment 7. Cultivating healthy skepticism. We've all experienced that beautiful, exciting honeymoon phase of a relationship where everything seems perfect. But Stoicism reminds us to keep a hint of skepticism, not to doubt others, but to stay rooted in reality. This perspective isn't about closing off, but about being mindful. It's about taking the time to understand the other person deeply, allowing the connection to unfold naturally. Relationships are like stories. The plot doesn't reveal itself all at once. If it's real, it will last, and you'll have the joy of discovering the person layer by layer. Approach relationships with gentle skepticism, staying grounded and open. If it's a genuine bond, the layers will reveal themselves over time, creating a richer and more meaningful relationship. Segment 8. The power of saying no. Saying no when something doesn't align with your values can be one of the most empowering things you do. Each time you say yes to something that doesn't sit right with you, you're compromising a piece of your self-worth. If someone doesn't respect your no, they're likely not respecting you either. Saying no, even when it's uncomfortable, strengthens your sense of self. It's a reminder to both you and others that you hold yourself to high standards. This firmness in values not only protects you, but also commands respect from others, naturally drawing in those who value you as you are. Segment 9. Never chase, always value yourself. One of the core teachings in Stoicism is to focus only on what's within your control. Chasing someone who's pulling away is like trying to hold water in your hands. The more you chase, the further it slips away. Instead, stand firm in your self-worth. If someone is drifting away, let them go. Your value isn't tied to their approval. When you stop chasing and start focusing on what truly fulfills you, you attract people who are genuinely drawn to your confidence and inner peace. They come to value you because you already value yourself. Take a moment to reflect on these Stoic principles, from recognizing your own worth, valuing your time, protecting your heart, to standing firm by your principles. Each of these insights can fundamentally shift the way you view relationships. If this deep dive into Stoic wisdom resonated with you, check out our playlist on screen for more insights on building a life rooted in meaning, strength, and personal growth. And don't forget to subscribe for even more life-enhancing wisdom. Thank you for watching. Remember, the true path to thriving in relationships isn't about seeking validation. It's about nurturing your own inner strength and letting that strength shine. By embracing these Stoic principles, you're on your way to building connections that are as genuine, lasting, and valuable as you are.